Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
The Jackson County Fair Board, in conjunction with Total Media, proudly present Neil McCoy. Neil McCoy. Saturday, July 15th at the Jackson County Fair. VIP track access seats now available for only $30, which includes admission to the fair. Get tickets now at JacksonCooHFair.com or at the Total Media Studios in Jackson.
Happy morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with their good friend John Boy in the house.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Welcome back. It's always good to have you here. And I never know what hat you're going to have on when you come to visit us. So we just kind of roll with it, don't we?
Yes, we do. We got to. I mean, you know. My hat today, we're going to be talking about JVAC of Jackson County.
Okay.
And every year, our major fundraiser is a charity golf scramble tournament. And it's happening on July 22nd, so it's not too far away.
That's exactly right. So we need everybody to come out and support. In case some folks don't know, could you explain what JVAC is, please?
Yeah. JVAC of Jackson County is a 501(c)(3), and it originated, if you remember, JVAC was had a Wellston workshop, for the developmental disabled in Wellston, and the state of Ohio and the federal government changed things around, and they didn't like the word workshop, so. They split the adult services from all the other services for Jackson County DD. And so we went from being a governing board to a support board, and not just for Wellston anymore, but we do all Jackson County adult DD services and support. So that includes Buckeye Community Services. It includes of course, PCS in Wellston, and Red Door, and all of the other organizations. And what we do is we are financial help and support. If the Jackson County cannot fulfill a need financially, or they're not, maybe someone doesn't qualify for a need, we step in and we try to help. We've done vacations. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the organizations that do adult DD services will try to go on excursions or vacations and but some of the families cannot afford it.
Okay.
So that's what we do. We step in.
Wonderful.
We help with Christmas. To give you an idea, we had one family that the daughter was at an age that, well, I should say the parents were at an age they couldn't lift her anymore. So we bought a lift chair and some other things for that. We've replaced septic tanks.
Goodness.
We've done all kinds of things.
The whole gambit,
right? But one of the big things we do each year, and what this charity golf tournament will help pay for, is we do the Adult Services Day at the Ohio Hill Country Festival.
Which is wonderful.
Right.
Yes.
And we bring in all the adult services from residents from all of Jackson County, and even some from Gallia County. Last year, I think we had almost 80. And we feed them a lunch. We always cook out and have a grill out and have a picnic lunch. And then we hire normally Simba Jordan, who's going to be at the Jackson County Fair.
He'll be here in a couple of days, actually.
He puts on a concert just for them.
Yes.
And then we give them what we call through West Banco. We do West Banco bucks. We give them phony money, and they go buy whatever they want to buy from the concessionaires. And then we go back and redeem those West Banco bucks from the concessionaires and give them
for some real money.
And things like that. So one of the things that we do to raise money, because we do not, this is the only fundraiser we do. We're lucky we get contributions from individuals. We get contributions from different corporations and organizations and businesses, and we get a lot of support from United Fund of Jackson County.
Wonderful.
We're very grateful to them. So we'll have a golf tournament and hopefully raise some money and everybody have some fun.
And that's the whole point. It's kind of win-win. So you're helping out JVAC of Jackson County and all that you all do. But you're also having fun along the way, right? You're getting to get out, play some golf, and chill out for the day.
That's true.
Can you tell us all the details of the golf tournament, how you get signed up, where it is, all that stuff?
Sure. You can, if we have a poster, if you want to put that up, it has my phone number on it. Believe it or not, I give out my cell phone to people.
Woo-wee.
So you can call me if you would like to play, if you want more information on it. And the number is 740-418-2629. And as you see, the golf tournament will be at Franklin Valley Golf Course a week from Saturday, the 22nd. So it's close.
Okay.
And we keep the price low. It's $50 per golfer.
Okay.
But the neat part about that is that includes your green fees and your cart. And also we have, thanks to Tim Jackson and Susie Emmert, we have a super lunch. Normally he has fried chicken and
you had me at fried
coleslaw,
chicken.
baked beans. It's going to be great. Everybody, I think they like the lunch more than they do the golf. Some people, I know I do, because I don't play that well. But anyway, we have some cash prizes. The first place team will receive $200, and the second place team will receive $100 in cash. We have split the pot where they have a chance to win, and we have skill prizes. And so that the closest to the pin, the longest putt, the longest drive will have skill prizes. But the main thing is everybody seems to have a great time. So it'll be July 22nd, and we'll have our registration at 8 o'clock in the morning, tee off. They used to call a shotgun start.
I was going to say, you say shotgun start and everyone goes,
I know, but there's no more shotguns. So we just, sometimes I'll blow a horn or whatever, but they'll tee off at 8:30, and they can eat lunch after 9 holes, or they can eat lunch when they get done. Everyone seems to have a really good time. So we'll pray for good weather. And all of the proceeds, everyone on the JVAC board, by the way, is a volunteer.
Yes.
There are no salaries. There's no consulting fees or things like that. 100% of the money will go to support our DD families in Jackson County.
And I think that's amazing. And keeping it local is great, because you're keeping all that money, here to help our local folks. And that's amazing.
Yeah. And we rely on heavily on the Jackson County DD board and all of their employees, because when they sense a need, they'll call us.
Sure.
So like, for instance, when Buckeye Community Services started a basketball team, we bought the uniforms for them.
Aww.
And of course, when the Trotters, if they go somewhere, we try to help pay for hotels, transportation, things like that. So what our organization does is to make sure that all the residents none of them are without.
And that's a big thing. And like you said, I mean, the most probably to us, the most random things that you help out with, like a septic tank or a chair or something like that, but can, is obviously life-changing
right. And
for families.
We get one of the things that is so rewarding for us is, of course, we do this anonymously. We do it through the DD board and staff. They will come to us, like, for instance, they wanted to do, if they want to do an event that involves food, pizza, like a party. They had one just recently at the stockroom.
Okay.
And all of the families that got together for an event, and we went ahead and bought the food and the pizza. Christmas is another one where we'll get a lot of stories, and we do not say no. And we have families that need some help around Christmas time, so we'll provide them with, and it's not toys, it's things they need. So so it's we're excited to do what we do. It's not hard. The JVAC board used to be a lot of work, but now, since we're just fundraising, we get a chance to sit back and just help.
Yeah, and enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think that's a wonderful thing. Now, so back to the golfing, it says $50 per golfer. Do you need to come with your own team? Can you just come as an individual and get put onto a team? How does that work?
Well, normally they come with a team.
Okay.
But we have had people who they would put together a team, and only 3 would show up. And then, so we try to, if we have some people who would like to play, we try to get a hold of them and have them come and fill out the team.
Gotcha.
But we don't turn anybody away. If somebody shows up and the rest of the people didn't show up, we'll let them play. I mean, it's it's for a cause. It's to have fun, and
bring your own team. If not, you're gonna have to play with this guy.
Yeah, you don't want to play with me. Actually, we have a team. We always have a team. Our JVAC group has a team, so
that's good. That's good. No, I think that's wonderful, and that's not this coming Saturday. It's the following Saturday.
It's July the 22nd.
Yes.
Registration starts at 8:00.
Okay, and we're out of Franklin
Valley Golf Course, and we're going to try to tee off around 8:30. So,
all right, and so you don't have to register in advance.
No.
Okay.
If you're going to play and have a team, you're welcome to call. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call. So 740-418-2629. You can call me, and
you get them all hooked up.
We have our poster at Fairgreens and different locations. You can actually go on Facebook, my Facebook page, and get that. It's been shared many times. We have announcements, of course, thanks to Jackson County Broadcasting.
Sure.
We'll have hopefully another thing in the Telegram. It will be in the Telegram hopefully soon again.
You got it.
So, and of course on cable channel 15, Main Street TV.
Since we got yanked off the cable, but that's a whole other story.
I know it's an old habit of mine.
I know, isn't it?
Because remember, I was there.
Hey, it was channel 7 forever,
yeah,
right?
I was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
I remember your dad and I built these little white stands that we would sit behind and act like we knew what we were doing, which we didn't.
Wait a second. John, you were on cable channel 15?
Yes.
Oh, John's been around for a few years.
I was on cable channel 7.
It was 7 at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, like you were a host?
They moved us to 15, and then
they moved us to 1020 or something.
Then they moved us off the spectrum entirely. And then they just finally removed us.
So, no, then they just removed us altogether. They being, well, never mind. So my gosh, how long does channel 7 go back? We didn't really do a morning show until like 2000 or something like that. But
we tried to be a television station, and I know your dad really worked hard at it, because if you remember, we had old westerns. We would play westerns,
yes,
and old TV shows. And then, of course, we would do the news.
Yes.
The news. Do the news. You're familiar with that. And we have, I just remember being there at the beginning.
So here is what I remember. Now, Dylan's not going to have a clue what I'm talking about right now. But this is what I remember being a little girl and being with Dad. And we had to go to the station every night, and he would turn on the Weather Channel. And he would hit record on our Betamax.
Right.
We lost him already. Look at his face. Do you know what a VHS thing is? Okay, well, there was another one called Betamax, which didn't last very long.
I know.
It was like a VHS tape, but it was a different brand. And he would hit record on that, and we had to be there right at the right time because the Weather Channel would pop up the local weather at I don't even remember what, 22 after the hour.
It was always on the teens or something.
Yeah. And so he would hit the record, and we would record. He would have to record the weather, and then he would sit and play it back and forth and type the weather out so that it would go through the crawl, because we didn't have the internet back then to look up weather.
What's called a character generator.
Yes.
And you would actually type it in, and it would scroll at the bottom of the screen. That was fancy stuff.
I mean, it was high tech back then.
Oh, that was big stuff then.
You mean like that thing?
Yeah.
Yes, that thing, except for it was
it would be a band of color at the bottom, usually red.
But way not cool like that.
Yeah. And it would traverse the weather over and over and over again throughout the day.
But this is before Dylan. Now imagine having to work that computer that you're working right there without the mouse. There were commands and stuff that you typed into the keyboard, and you had to get in.
I just want to roll this back real quick, just for clarification.
There was no green screen or blue screen.
No.
There were no the way of putting images on top of images. When that camera came on, it was just us. Yeah. I mean, just flat out us.
Yep.
And no cough switch, no way to, if something bad happened, you just hid under the desk and came back up.
So John, right, exactly. Popped up later and said, "Surprise, I'm back." No, John worked at the radio station for many years.
Yeah, I remember being a little kid and listening to you on the radio.
53 years.
53. So part of that was dealing with the channel.
Right, Channel 7.
Channel 7.
And Channel 15, and then...
Yeah, then 1020, and then...
Main Street TV now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then... Yeah.
Whatever.
But I do remember sitting at the school bus stop every morning listening to you on the air, and me and my mom would just sit there and listen to, I think it was Dumb Criminal News and stuff like that.
Okay.
And Lee's Impossible Trivia, that was a big one.
Lee's Impossible Trivia, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the Impossible Trivia question. I'll go back farther than that. People don't realize this, is that I was on 788 in the studio.
Yeah.
And your dad was on Main Street in Jackson.
Yes.
In a studio in the window of a storefront. And we would do the morning show together, even though we weren't together.
So he was in Wellston and Dad was in Jackson, but it was like
we
they
did
were
it
together.
We did it via Marty unit, shortwave link, and which sounded great. And it was.
Is that still a thing? Do people still use Marty units?
I don't think so.
It's like
they
cell
should.
phones. And...
It's a nice thing to do, but it's all now internet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Interesting. So now, Dylan, and now you have to Google a Betamax machine.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I can remember him rewinding because he'd be like, "Oh shoot, I missed that part," and then he'd have to hit pause and he'd type and then play and then pause and he'd type some more.
I know. Many, many times when you do it, you have to start all over again.
Yes.
There was no editing. Start all over again. You messed up.
You didn't have a mouse to click on anything. It was all commands within the, it was just, wow. how far we have come.
That's right.
Yes, you got it. All right. Well, now Dylan has had his history lesson for the day, and we appreciate you stopping by, John.
No problem.
And please, if anyone's interested in supporting JVAC of Jackson County, or of course, definitely participating in the golf tournament, once again, how do they get a hold of you?
They can call me at 740-418-2629. You can also email me at my no longer radio email address, JP, which stands for John Pelletier, 66, that's the year I graduated, 1948, the year I was born, at yahoo.com. So it's JP661948 at yahoo.com.
Very good. So you can get hold of him that way as well.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, how is Miss Connie while you're here?
She's doing great. She has now taken over my brother's place in the Wellston Food Pantry.
She just can't sit still, can she?
And she's loving it. Of course, the director, Paula Christian, retired.
Okay.
And we are looking for someone to do it. And Connie actually stepped forward and said, I think I can do that. So
I think she can.
Luckily, the Wellston Ministerial Association didn't hesitate. They said, okay. And so she seems to enjoy it. Now, today, Tuesdays and Thursdays, she's with her Aunt Jo. So, hi, Aunt Jo.
Hi, Aunt Jo. Sorry, Aunt Jo.
Yeah, sorry, Aunt Jo. But she's busy and she's doing great.
That's wonderful. We'll tell her we said hey.
I'll do it.
And give her a hug for us.
Well, I can do that.
From us.
We'll do that.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, John, thank you for stopping by, and we appreciate it so much. We have the information here as well. If anybody didn't catch all of our ramblings this morning, we can fill you in on what's going on as well. And so you can get a hold of us if you don't know how to get a hold of John.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. Now get to your appointment. We don't want you to be late.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by.
All right.
All right, Mr. Dillon, where are we going from here, buddy?
Would you like a message from Vinton County National Bank?
Let's do that, and then we'll be back. We have yet another guest who is out in the hallway.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, and we are back with the weather forecast, which is a little bit wild today, and the storms are kind of lingering around our local area and some warm temperatures. So I already had a thunderstorm at my house this morning. Not too bad, but a thunderstorm nonetheless. And we do have some rain scattered throughout the day today, going into the evening, where it should pass on after that. Now, tomorrow on Friday, I know a lot of you are wondering as we start with the Jackson County Fair and the harness racing and all of that. So tomorrow looks like no rain in the forecast, pretty warm temperatures with highs of 88, lows of 67. And then for the weekend, kind of the same, a little chance of rain every day, with those temperatures in the mid 80s, and hopefully they will move right on out for all of the festivities this year, for this year's Jackson County Fair. And as we go on through next week, that little chance of rain, but I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it moves out and we're all good for Fair Week. Temperatures looking well in true fair fashion in the mid 80s. So there you go. Well, hi, we're back.
We are back.
Yes. Okay, so we have something. So here's something different here on the morning show. We have a guest. Welcome.
Hey, how are you all?
Good. And he is going to be talking about something that I have absolutely no clue about, and Dylan knows a lot about. So Dylan is going to help in the discussion today.
That's nice.
Very good. So first off, could you tell everyone who you are?
Yes, I'm Mackenzie Halley. I'm the founder of the Final Boss Con, one of the co-organizers for the show. And we are based out of Rio Grande, Ohio, is where we'll have our show for this year coming up Saturday.
All right, and that's this coming Saturday. All right, so for someone, now Dylan has intelligent questions to ask you. Me, not so much, because I don't know what the heck about anything that y'all are doing, but I'm going to learn today, and I'm going to be so much smarter by the time this ends. So Final Boss Con, can you kind of explain what that is, Mackenzie?
Yeah, so basically it's like a full Comic-Con, mini Comic-Con style convention where we have video games, horror, anime, cosplay, tournaments, a whole big mix. We didn't want to just be focused on one certain part, so we just said, hey, let's do everything to cover everybody's interest in the area.
Okay. So. And evidently, in talking with Dylan, there's quite a bit of interest of games and gaming and all of that stuff here, not only in our area, but kind of throughout the world. How did you come up with this concept?
Well, it was a funny story. I've told it a few times. It was last year, about February 4th. I called the esports director there and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a con.
At Rio.
At Rio.
Okay.
And I was like, because it was the best area we could find, the space. And we said, okay. And I knew a lot of people there from going there for a little while and always living in Rio. I said, okay, well, let's see what we can figure out. And they said, all right, well, we're going to set you up a meeting. How quick? I said, quick as possible.
Like yesterday?
Yeah, I was like, I just go 100 miles an hour. And I had the meeting. I remember coming in with already maps drawn, had their layout, and had where I was going to have X booths. And I remember the guy going, so you've been thinking about this for a while. I said, is this the 7th? Yeah, about 3 days. He's like, oh. So we just kept talking, and it just kept growing, and then it became a real thing. And it was more than what we thought. We knew the area had some gamers, some Magic players, because, we were in that group. We did not know there were that many people from the area and that would travel that well, and that's what made it awesome.
Yeah.
All those people. We had about 1,016 people last year. There's not even 1,016 people in Rio Village.
I was going to say the village of Rio Grande, I think the population is a few hundred.
Right.
So
I was going, where are all you people coming from? But no, I knew we had people from Jackson. We had vendors by the end of it coming from 6 different states last year, which was wild. Like as it kept going, like February, we're like, okay, we got to find some more vendors. All right, if we have like 20 vendors, okay, all of a sudden now we have 35. Now we have 50. And it just kept, and we were like, all right, we can't fit any more people. But from February to almost end of June, the traction just kept going because we just kept going to shows, kept going to different cons, trying to do con swaps is what they do. Like we share a booth with them, they share a booth with us at our show.
Oh, cool!
So it was fun, but it was a lot. And now had more time to plan, so hopefully it's better.
Well, very good. So I have to admit, so Dylan, is of course kind of heads up. Well, you graduated now, but
I did do that for a while.
Kind of headed up the Jackson High School esports team.
Nice.
And so he brought in his video game console one day and just kicked my butt all over the place because I didn't know what buttons to hit, and I'm just like. I got it.
That's great.
But no, I mean, you all, it's an amazing thing. And it's, I'm so glad that esports and whatever is becoming, the teams are becoming a thing because, not everyone can throw a football or, kick a soccer ball or whatever. It's like wonderful.
It's got very huge, it seems like, at least.
It continues to grow every year. Yeah. There's more things you hear about and more teams expanding, more teams being created. It's always getting bigger.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Dylan came up, I think, with a series of questions for you because you guys can have a very intelligent conversation about all
the
this stuff.
Wrong, I'm sure.
And I don't even know. So I'll let Dylan take over if that's okay. I'll pop in if I have something that pops into my head.
So the first thing I want to start with. So the esports team at Rio Grande, is this connected to Final Boss Con?
It is in the sense they've helped us be able to get a hold of people. They've helped us be able to get the gym because Rio's like, who's this random guy coming in that wants to throw some show? And I understood that.
I mean, his concept sounds pretty good, but I don't know who this dude is.
I've known them all, but they're like, that guy's kind of different. So let's get some help. So they've came out, helped. They got a booth there. People come and test games, play stuff. They can sign up for, college coming up. And they had a couple people sign up for the esports team last year. So they come out and help us all in that sense. And then I used 4 or 5 or 6 of the people from their team. And they help us set up and help with, basically getting everything in there, the tarps and stuff down. So it's pretty fun. Then we do a couple things throughout the years together. Like there'll be an event and we'll, sponsor giving food or whatever to it while they're doing League of Legends or Rocket League. So we work pretty close together.
So when I was in high school, like she had mentioned, I kind of started doing a lot of the stuff for my high school's esports team. And one of those things was Smash Bros. I mainly ran that. And then I held a tournament called the Appalachia Smash Up at the Jackson area YMCA.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I had a vendor there. And that was Back in Time Toys. So I kind of understand like the whole setting all this up. Like you're running a million different things at once right now. And it's a really fun like deal going on, but you guys have brought it to a whole nother level with like voice actors from different like animes and such. And
we kept trying to just grow. I made the joke. I said, all right, year 1, here's what we have. That's good. And I made some promises at the end of year 1, and I said, all right, well, I got to do that. Because if you watch the video, it says we will have a voice actor. I said that, before the first show was even over.
Yeah.
Just because I saw the people, and I said, I'll figure it out. Well, I figured it out. But this year we have so much that I'm like, okay, we probably should have hold back just a little bit from year 1 to 2. Like this is probably like a year 1 to 4. And I said, I guess we just
skipped
keep
over
going.
2 and 3.
Yeah. I was like, this is what I'll ask people what they want. We'll just keep doing more. And then the other 2 had to keep stopping me going, you got to quit adding things. You got to quit contacting people. This is a lot. Just quit. Okay, yeah, sounds good. And then a week later, be like, so this guy's showing up. And they're like, all right. So they always have to stop me because I just do crazy stuff. Keep getting people to come.
No, but that's amazing. Thing, and like right here in Appalachia, like in our little old Rio Grande, Ohio, who knew? So you mentioned anime. Can you explain for the dum-dums here that don't know what that is?
So it's basically, Japanese cartoons is the best way to describe it because it'll be like a lot of people, it depends on the kind, like Pokemon. Pokemon still would be anime, even though we got a lot of it here when it first came out back in the late 90s. And it's basically Japanese style direct to art, a little bit different than our cartoons that we have here, but pretty close. And now it seems basically now that's more the mainstream of the cartoons we have and don't have the traditional Simpsons style cartoons that we used to have because it's just got so popular here.
And you were saying that, and I'm probably stepping on Dylan's toes here, but that you have an anime like voice actor coming, like huge.
We do. Is this the one you're referring to?
Yeah, that's him, and that is the added panel that we just added. I think yesterday, the day before was about 7:00 at night. That is Matthew David Rudd. He voices many of those characters as you see there, a ton of different characters. He does Panda from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is very big. Their season 2's coming back. I think it just released in Japan. He has Shishido down there from My Hero. A couple people from Fire Emblem. It's funny, the top, he actually voices Corey Taylor in a video game, and Corey Taylor's the singer of Slipknot, so it's funny that is who he voices of the guy who's actually a real guy.
Oh, so the real guy isn't the real guy.
Yeah, for that guy. One. Yeah, that one. People was asking me like, "Why is it Corey Taylor?" I'm like, he does the voice.
That's funny.
He does people from.
I have never actually heard of this voice actor before, and it's crazy to see how many he's done. Oh yeah, that is
he's done a ton. Lot. You see the dinosaur there to basically the right going down of Panda. That was one of his other big ones, the Tower of God. He plays the main character through all that. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. If you see the far left, there's a guy in a green coat. That is one of the characters he voices from Fire Emblem. So I was really excited. I bought the game that was only released in Japan, and I want to have him autograph it because I was like, I don't think I'll meet this guy again. Like, who knows? I hope he comes back. I hope he has a blast. Super nice guy. But
it's crazy. You've got such a big lineup of activities, and you've got someone that maybe he's not recognizable to me, but I only follow select animes like Dragon Ball, Digimon, stuff like that. So for people that are like hardcore anime fans, this is going to be like a dream of theirs.
Oh, yeah. When I told them, I was like,
yeah.
They're like, what is one voice he does? I said, Panda. They went, I'm in.
Exactly.
Because JJK is getting huge as of late, even only having one season. People are like, I really like that character. He's kind of like the funny style character for most of his voices. So people are like, oh, I like funny. I like that guy. And he's super nice.
Awesome. So I'm just curious. How did you get this dude to come to Rio Grande, Ohio? Like, I'm sure he's like, what?
Right.
Where am I going to go?
I had to tell him because he does a lot of cons in Texas. I was like, it's not Texas. He's like, okay. His family is from Ohio, so he knew a little bit of where it was geographically. So that's worked out. But I talked to a few other show promoters, and they got me in contact with a bunch of agents. I probably spoke with 10, 15 different agents. I've been to shows and just met the person and talked to them, and it's weird. I have a bunch of weird famous people's numbers in my phone now, which makes no sense. If you had told me that when I was like 10, that, I'd have Professor Oak's phone number in my phone, I'd be like, no, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. So it's every time I do something, I go, what? Like you said, I'm like, it's Rio Grande, it's cool. We love it. But
sure.
I'm like, how am I convincing these people, hey, you know where you should come, Rio Grande? You're going to pass some horse and buggy, and we got a Subway. And they're going to be like, what?
Hey, isn't there a Taco Bell now,
too? It's true. That's what drew them in. I knew it was a Taco Bell.
So beyond just David, is there any other voice actors you've managed to get?
Just Matthew David Rudd. We had something worked in the contract this year because he worked with us being, smaller shows. Super nice guy. But we have other special guests coming.
Okay.
We have John Russo, also goes by Jack Russo. He co-wrote Night of the Living Dead with Romero, and he actually did Return of the Night of the Living Dead. He's got a bunch of different zombie things. He's basically the main guy that helped zombies be a thing clear back in the 60s.
Back before The Walking Dead.
Yeah. It gives us what we have today. He's a great guy. We met him at a con randomly, talked to him, and said, hey, we're going to reach out to you. We met him in like February, so we're going to reach back out to you. If you have time, will you come? He's like, okay. And he said, yeah, I want to do a panel. And I loved it because he said, you want to do a panel? Do you need us to like ask you questions and prompts? He said, oh, no, I'm going to give him a show. And that's all Russo said. I went, just give him a mic. Just let him go. Just give him an hour and a half. Just let him go. Like, no stopping. He'll tell everybody everything they want to know. And he's super excited. We're going to get him down here and have a pretty good time.
So with such a large event, you have more than just, voice actors like we've been talking about. And circling back to that.
Yeah.
So with my connection with high school, I've met a lot of different esports people throughout the years, and one of which is John Notter. And John Notter, he was here on Main Street TV as Kid Kringle. But he also did like the high school esports before me. Yeah. And then after graduation, he went to Rio and became a coach. Okay. So he mentioned to me that he would be there and he'd be involved in the tournaments. Do you have any information about like the tournament he's hosting and other tournaments going on?
I do not know about his at all. I haven't had a chance to meet him, so I don't know.
Well, you better get on it.
Right. I want to know. I want to go to his tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited because he's very good at like what he does. He is one of the best players I've ever seen and one of the best like coaches.
Is he a student or is it a coach?
He is a student that got a coaching position and a scholarship. He's also a coach at the high school too. So that guy is complete esports.
What sport is he at the college?
Smash Bros.
Oh, he's probably in the gaming organization. Yeah. I've only met Max through that, so that may be what it is. He's probably helping.
So just kind of under the umbrella of that.
Yeah.
So this is interesting to me, and this has nothing to do really with your event, but like esports is becoming a thing. You just mentioned, he had a scholarship.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
For that, like. How did that whole thing come to be and like how has it progressed over the years so that kids can actually get scholarships for it sounds simple playing video games, but it's much more than that.
Yeah, I've been in the arena at Rio, which is very nice.
It is very nice.
Wait, the arena, what is that?
Oh, they have this big set. You walk in through the door and it's like 10 PCs, a couple desks, 8 or 9 PCs, and in the front, and they'll have league or whatever's live playing in the front, and all the 4 or 5 kids are together, and they have their keyboards doing everything.
It's intense. You can feel the energy. Like they're taking it very seriously.
So it's like, I mean, it's just like you said, an arena. Like it's like a sporting venue.
Yeah, you come in, you can watch them live. You can come in and watch them. Most of the time, you'll watch them on like their Twitch or their streaming or whatever. And they'll play. They'll come in and have practices. They'll come in and do different things. They'll have normal coaches meetings. It's all, it is a sport. I mean, there's no like, oh, it's kids playing video games, whatever. They did that in the 80s. No, it's got so big that.
So me playing Pitfall on my Atari doesn't count.
No, if you became the best at Pitfall in the world, you'd be an e-sport person. You'd be like, let's do it. So they got some crazy. It seemed to grow a lot when speed running seemed to get more popular.
I agree. They just wanted to rush through the games, then they started getting into more PvP. So Smash Bros. Kind of became the image of that, along with League of Legends.
What?
Oh, okay. So let me simplify this.
Why don't you want to go ahead and back up a little bit, Dylan?
All right. So remember Mario when you'd run through and try to get to the end of the game, and you'd be like, "I can beat my sibling. I'll get to Bowser before you."
Yes.
Okay. So that is speed running.
Yeah.
So imagine.
So you're not trying to like get like the most points or whatever. You're just trying to get through.
You're trying to get through the game as fast as you can.
Somebody will be like, "I can beat that game in 3 minutes and 42 seconds." You're like, "What?" And then they'll go and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, wow.
Okay, so that's just like playing in a different manner.
Yeah, okay, it's just you're competitive towards whoever else. Like, I can do it faster than you.
Yeah. Okay.
And that kind of developed into like, okay, well, I can beat this game faster than you. I can pound you into the ground in Smash Bros.
I can make sure you lose faster than I can lose. And it's like, oh.
And then that became a challenge, and then that became a sport.
They put it on ESPN. They have tournaments and everything on there now. It's wild to watch. It's wild.
It is. They are just so incredible. Like, it's just pushing the game past what you thought it could do.
Yeah.
But moving on from esports just a little bit here. I saw you listed that you have artists and voice actors. So what kind of artists do you have?
Excuse me. So we have a couple different people. We have Sean Langley.
I love Sean. So, I graduated with Sean.
Yep. He wrote the book cover of my book.
He's old like me.
He's good. He's coming. We got Jamie Baird. He's coming. He does some artwork stuff. We got Jerry Lambert. He does some bunch of DC style sketch things and a lot more other kind of art. We got a guy coming. I want to say he's from Columbus. I may be incorrect. He's the infamous Tommy Pickles is what he goes by online.
Tommy Pickles.
He does a bunch of painting
I like the
artwork.
name.
Yeah.
I love the name.
Even his logo is the Rugrat style with his name in it. So I was like, perfect.
Well, Dylan has a pickle on his vehicle, so
I do, Pickle Rick.
Oh, nice.
I told you when you got here, I'm a massive nerd. So.
I like it.
He had to explain that to me too because I didn't understand. But
that was a fun conversation.
Yeah.
But there's a good deal of them that come and do it, whether it's their own art or like Langley, who worked for Thompson, made those cards for a while, so
which is so cool. Yeah. I can remember Sean like being so talented even in school and just being like in awe of somebody that can sit down and do that stuff. And I mean, you're talking about local kid does very, very well.
Oh yeah.
He went on to Marvel too.
Yep. His daughter's coming too. She does very good at work. She was there last year. She does some of her own style and then does some switching of like anime and Stranger Things stuff. So she's pretty good too.
So
awesome.
A little bit past the artists here. I saw that you have a cosplay contest.
Yes. We actually.
What is cosplay?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I know. I told you guys were gonna laugh at me.
So cosplay is basically Halloween any day of the year. Anybody, they'll go and dress up as different characters from either a show, a cartoon. Like I've done Negan from The Walking Dead when I was actually in better shape. So I did that. I had the coat, the bat wrapped in barbed wire, different things like that.
Oh my!
So,
okay.
It's a lot of people go crazy. If you get a chance, go look at the girl who won last year. It was insane.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like, do you know who the winner was?
Yeah, it was Elk Cosplay is what they go by. They've done tons of stuff through different shows, Columbus, Animate Ohio, all those, and placed very well. They do multiple different styles. They don't just have the one costume they wear. They have one from One Piece.
I just
JoJo's
can't wait to see
Adventure.
some Dragon Ball people.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple last year. Had some people as Goku, and I think there was a Vegeta.
I would love to see a Vegeta.
It was great. It was funny because the dude was short too, so it made sense. Which I say short, and I'm like 5'6". So we didn't know how the turnout would be for the cosplay last year. We're like, okay, we thought 250 people would come to the show. Like, we were being astounded if that would have happened. There were 65 people in the cosplay contest.
Oh my!
And we were like, oh, so we were in the hall, and it's funny because I talked to one of the guys who won Judge's Choice, Cash, and he was like, yeah, that was kind of awkward. That was in the hall. I said, yeah, we weren't ready.
We had no idea.
Yeah, I was like, it was cool in the hall though. And they're like, yeah. I said, well, this year we built a stage just so people could go up, and we have 3 judges that have won competitions, and we have an MC, so we've improved just in the cosplay part of it itself. So we are.
So speaking of the gym excited. And such,
Woo!
I see right there you got your whole deal going on, and I see the food trucks.
Yes,
I'm a bit interested by that.
We have a lot more this year because they all sold out at 1:30 last year.
Holy moly!
And then everybody went, I'm hungry. And I went, yes.
And we're in Rio.
Yeah, I was like, no, that was funny. The local places, Callie's and Twinkleberries.
I was going to say, there's Twinkleberries. You could go.
They were like, we were swamped and had to call people out. Yeah, sorry about that.
Maybe again, we'll be more prepared this year.
But that is, if you see on the left side, the left bottom, right above the food trucks, that was all we had last year was that spot. And we put 52 people and 52 booths and all that in there, and it got hot, and we know that, and we tell people dress cool. We hope the separation. There's AC in the hall. There's air ventilation in the bottom gym. We got
this
some
is
AC
just
stuff.
Crazy looking at this, though. You can see how big of an event this is going to be.
When I brought that event to the new esports coach and showed him that, he goes, "Oh my." And I went,
yeah, no doubt.
I said, I didn't know.
And I remember doing this for the Appalachia Smash Up, mapping out the way the gym was going to look.
That was one of my favorite parts of doing the whole thing. I know it's stupid, is doing the map. Like, I'll do it 3 or 4 times, adjust, and I'm like, this is great.
I understand completely, because you're trying to, like, you have a vision that you want to see it come to fruition, and, like, it takes some time, and it takes a map.
It should be good. There's a lot of stuff on the left side. That's our gaming gym. The right side is all our vendors. Food trucks are outside this year. We got a hibachi place, pizza, hamburgers, person just doing shaved ice, person coming in doing fish tacos and stuff. I think there's 6 of them. Nice. I don't know if you can see all of them with our little camera thing in the lab.
What are the cheese wedges?
Where?
It looks like a wedge of cheese.
In the middle there? Yeah. Oh, the stairs. Yeah, those are stairs. Okay. I was like, we got cheese? I'm like, that's cool.
I mean, I like cheese.
we got our off limits area, like the pool. Please do not go in the pool.
No belly flops of anybody in the pool.
And then don't go in the workout room. I mean, you'll be all right. Enough walking there to get your workout in.
No, that is super cool. And I mean, just think of how much it's grown from last year to this year.
Yeah, it's wild. All the help from people we got a lot more volunteers, people that just say, hey, I've known forever. And they're like, yeah, I think we can help you do this. We can help to set up. We go in, the 3 of us, and do a lot of work. Like when I leave here, I'm heading back to get more tables because I go around and gather 2 to 250 tables for this event. Like I have to go find them.
That's a lot.
A lot of sponsors, a lot of people back home willing to help. I gotta go find like 350 chairs. I'll be there tonight till like 4 a.m. if you want to stop by.
If you want to help.
And it's not until Saturday, and I'm still.
So that's one thing I am curious about. Like, so you might not even know what this is, but when my high school, one thing I was in charge of was making sure every esports tournament was broadcasted live with commentary.
Yeah.
Do you have shoutcasters commentary on your video games?
We will have a gentleman, his name's Chucky. He used to do Power Up down in Huntington when that used to be a show. It was a great show. One Up, that's what it was called, One Up Con, I believe. But I haven't done it in a few years. He's doing live streaming, I believe, through Extra Life.
That is awesome. I can't wait to see them live streams.
He's going to do that. And
am I able to get on the mic?
I don't know if we have a mic. We're trying to get one. That's the weird thing. If you were there last year, they had the big screens in the top one that was live streaming. We're going to have that, but I'm trying to make it so when it's in the top 8 of the Street Fighter, they go up on the stage and play, and all the fans can watch them on the screen at the same time.
Awesome.
We're trying to get that set up, so hopefully we do.
Like, that's what shoutcasting is at my high school. We would just commentate live. So it'd be like, oh, he goes for the up smash, he goes for the left B, like stuff like that.
If I can find people to do it for next year, I would be like, yeah.
I know a guy. Our old commentator would love to do it. I mean, we have another old commentator that's currently in the hallway, and I'm sure he would love to do it.
I'm just gonna take him with me while I leave. You're done today. No, we hope to do more. We got a list, and it's so weird to have, all right, here's what we already need to do next year. And people are like, well, can you implement it now? I'm like, no, I got 3 days. I was like, I'm sorry.
We have cut you off.
I was like, that's understandable. And one more question I have that I'm not sure you can do this, but would you have any trivia questions you could throw at us?
From the show or just in general?
The trivia contest you have going on.
It's weird. We have a lot of different organizations do those, so it's not like I make the questions. So some of them I have to try to remember. I can tell you about them. That might be a little bit better. We have an anime one that is it's poorly described anime shows. So it'll be rich billionaire plays with cardboard with other people, and then it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's what the dumb version of describing what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is.
Oh, that makes sense. So
there's one question for anybody who's watching, 1 point. We got prizes for all those too. We got a Harry Potter quiz, retro wrestling quiz, and a movie quiz. So there's a lot there.
So this isn't just like someone that has no idea what anime is or video games could come in here and still have a good time with food trucks and questions they get.
And vendors all have, a big mix of things. A lot of people, we do a lot of gaming tournaments, and a lot of people go, oh, you're just a solely gaming con. It's like, no, if it's anything, it's probably 65, and then, the rest of it is, here's everything else. Here's anime, cosplay, horror. I mean, Russo coming, that's all horror stuff there.
I like this picture because you can kind of see like an idea of last year's con. So it kind of gives you maybe not an exact idea what's going to happen, but this is kind of like a window into what you might be able to expect this Saturday.
That was our upper gym last year, and that, I know this is dumb, but I can tell from what they're playing, that was probably around 1 or 2 o'clock. So it was a little hot then. That person in the sweater was not having a good time.
Oh no! Do not wear a sweater.
But the good thing is that gym has a little less in there this year. Still not a ton less. It's got esports. It's got TBS esports. It's got the painting challenge through Blue Dragon Guild. It's got still 6 or 7 vendors, and then Torgs, which is a huge gaming con up in Columbus. They're like 300,000 or 400,000 square feet is how big their show is.
Wow.
They are coming down doing a free play where people can just come and play all old gaming systems for free all day.
Oh, that's fun.
That's very cool.
It'll be fun.
So
They're
maybe
nice
Pitfall?
Guys. Yeah, it will. It will.
Oh.
You should come in and just be like, I'm going to get the high score. Right? That'd be a good time.
That's great. And that leads to a lot of possible, you might meet some friends here because, you might be sitting down, playing an old game and you expect you're the only one there to play in that. And you look next to you and there's someone playing the same game, really into it.
You're like, oh, you're just like me. How fun. So could you talk about the vendors for a minute?
Yeah.
Just kind of what kind of variety are you going to have? What will people be selling?
Okay, we got people who have taken, one of the big lasers and done engravings on different things and just put images. They'll have My Hero ones. They have D&D boards that they've burnt on wood.
Okay.
Langley with artwork.
I was going to ask if there's going to be artwork there, stuff like that.
There's probably 5 or 6 booths. We try to do a variety where there's 94 vendors than the ones outside.
Holy moly.
And we try not to cross over too much. If we're all right, we got 4 people selling D&D accessories. Okay, that's enough. We don't want to get too many of the same one, even though, there's a lot of good stuff. We could probably do a whole show based off just people doing video games. But I'm like, let's have a good mix of people that don't play video games can see all the other stuff. We got people with old retro toys, from Ninja Turtles, He-Man, G.I. Joe stuff. That'll all be there. People with statues of Deadpool and the Gremlins and Ewoks that you can get pictures with for free.
Aww.
People who have modded and made their own video games and board games will be there.
Oh, that's
displaying.
Cool.
We got 4 or 5 authors that are coming. One of them's debuting a new book, his 5th or 6th one in the series. James Howell. Yeah, that's it. Sorry if I mess up any of these names. It's been a long couple days. Then we got people who do 3D printing, which is ridiculous. They gave me some stuff. It's like a deck box to put Magic or cards in. It looks like a big Kraken. It was crazy. Dice tower stuff. It's just such a large variety. People make their own stickers, do their own artwork. It's just a lot. Like, the mix is so crazy. Cool. You can go to the website and find the complete list and click on each name, and it'll take you straight to their Facebook. So we try to link them all on there if you have any questions.
This sounds like a really cool event to bring to our local area. Just like such a wide variety of different things you can do, and such like things you just wouldn't see around Jackson.
Yep.
And circling back a bit towards the whole esports deal, like that's gonna be like awesome to go out and compete in a local tournament, because there are so many people at my high school that are into esports. We had a team of 30 people just on Smash Bros.
Wild.
So like they're gonna love this. This is gonna be great.
I'm a big fan of the original one for 64, and people asked me if I was going to play, and I said no. I said I don't. There's three of us. My wife, our partner through everything, Matt. And then, we have family and everybody doing tournaments. We have, friends and stuff doing it. I'm like, oh, you guys can all play. You can win. I was like, but it's kind of weird if we play and win stuff, because people be like, you already knew everything. But I've had people ask me many times, like, you playing Smash 64? I'm like, no. If I had to pick one game, it's that. I've won about 6 tournaments in different states through Smash 64. It's like the only game I feel good with. I was like, nah, I'm not going to play. I was like, They're like, well, if I win, can I just play you at the end for nothing? I was like, if I got time, like
in your spare time of putting on this.
Yeah. I've won one up at OU. I've won one down in Huntington. I've won a few just at home. I really like Smash 64, and it's funny because I probably haven't picked it up in like 2 years. And I'm like, I can pick it up at the show, and I can probably we can have a good time. Like, all right, it's just all that muscle memory, basically.
A lot of people have started off like really dating far back into Smash Bros. Me, I picked it up one day just because I wanted to join the esports team, and it was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, that's the big one. A lot of people like that one.
Right now.
There's a big tournament for that through TBS.
That's what you played, Jen.
Oh, I played that.
I like that. You're like,
I don't know that Jen playing it is quite the right thing. Like it kind of just made me look a fool, but that's okay. I hit some buttons and stuff.
She learned.
Yeah, and I got to be a princess.
Oh no, you Peach.
I was Peach, wasn't I?
You were Peach.
I was Peach, yeah.
Nice.
And I was a plant.
And the plant kicked Peach's butt all day long,
everybody gets lucky once.
No, this is so cool. So could you fill us in on like how do people come to this event? How much does it cost to get in? All of that stuff.
So we have general admission. It's $5. You pay at the door. We told people, there's ATMs around, so it's best to get cash because we'll have so many people, even for the vendors. They'll have where you can do card. As you know, sometimes electronic doesn't work right, or there's so many people on it at the same time. So if you see something you can't live without, probably want to bring some cash. It's safe. We got 5 or 6 people in security. I won't tell you who they are, but they'll be around taking care of everything. But $5. We have moved up the time you can get in to 10:30. It was originally 11, but where we added Matthew David Rudd's Q&A, I didn't really want anybody to miss that, and it was starting before general admission. We're out of VIP tickets that closed in June, so those people will be coming in about 9:30 to get in, sign up for stuff. As soon as you get in, make it to the panels, make it down to the bottom gym, because we have sign-up lists, and there are only so many. Like, you have to be one of the first 32 people to sign up for Smash. Otherwise, you just miss it.
So are you going to do that, Dylan?
I hadn't considered it, but maybe I'll look into it.
But yeah, it's
so like if you just want to come in, check this thing out, maybe participate in something that's open, you just walk up to the door and buy a ticket? Or
you just walk up to the door, buy it, and then you're in for everything. We give you extra little tickets that we have 32 different prizes, and you can drop your ticket in it and win one of those prizes. Goes from like Lord of the Rings socks all the way to a PS5. You can buy extra tickets if you want to, or you can just go with the one you get at the door. That's all your choice. But there are a lot of things down there to sign up for. A lot. And then all the tournaments are free except for Magic, basically, and the painting competition. So the other 30 events are all free.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. That really is.
It's a good time, man. I'm having a good time.
Well, I'm really glad you came on the show today.
Hey, I'm glad you all had me. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah. And And yeah, thanks for spending your morning with us. And Dylan, thanks for asking smart questions. But no, okay. So this coming Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday.
University of
July 15th.
Rio Grande. What is the hall?
Lion Center.
The Lions Center.
Yeah, we'll be up there.
Okay.
So
and
a lot of parking around there.
I mean, it's Rio. It's not, you can just drive around until you see all the people.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of signs with little arrows going parking, because we had some trouble with the parking last year. People didn't know where they were, so we put a map out that's like, hey, 0.2 miles, there's like 900 spots. And I'm like, oh, okay, great.
Awesome.
Great. So,
that's smart.
yeah,
Okay. Well, Mackenzie, thank you for spending your time with us this morning, and Dylan for asking the right questions.
Thank you. And I'm going to go back behind my little computer.
All right, we're going to send him back over there so he can turn this show off. But no, best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys very much.
Oh, we appreciate you. And if anybody has any questions, where can they find out the information that we were just talking about?
On our website, www.finalbosscon.com, or on our Facebook. We have a lot on there to see too. So keep your eyes out. There may be some more stuff coming.
All right. You never know. All right. Well, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Is that Friday already? Good gravy it is. Yeah. All right. Probably be doing some news tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in. Watch those thunderstorms today. Some of them could be quite severe, and stay out of the lightning and whatnot. But and don't get waterlogged as you're hauling in your 300 tables.
I'm sure it'll be a fun video to watch tonight.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.